The World Health Organization says Gaza's second biggest hospital is completely out of service after being raided by Israeli forces. It says there are 200 patients inside the Nasser hospital in Khan Yunis needing treatment, 20 of them urgently. Local health officials say there is no power, not enough staff to treat them either. Hamas has denied Israel's claims that its fighters are using the hospital for cover. Noor Harazin is our correspondent in Rafah. Noor, there are serious fears for patients in the Nasser hospital now out of action, and aid groups saying that the healthcare situation in Gaza is beyond critical.
Well, yes, the healthcare system here in Gaza actually collapsed weeks ago. I mean, we are talking about more than 15 hospitals that shut down in the coastal enclave, and more than 35 clinics also shut down. And this is not only because of the lack of medicine and medical supplies and also the lack of fuel and oxygen, but also because of the continuous Israeli attacks on hospitals. Now what is happening inside the Al-Nasser hospital, which is the second biggest medical complex in the coastal enclave, is that it turned into a closed Israeli military base. According to Ashraf al-Qudra, who is the spokesperson of the Palestinian Health Ministry, he talked about more than 200 people, 200 Palestinian people that are now besieged inside the hospital with the Israeli forces. He talked about doctors, nurses, displaced people, and also patients and people who get injured during the war and were hospitalized inside the hospital. They are all now besieged inside the hospital. The Israeli forces actually arrested some of these people, investigated many of them. There is a small number, actually rarely we get any news coming from inside the hospital, because there is zero connections with the people who are inside the hospital. However, Dr. Ashraf al-Qudra and the Palestinian Health Ministry managed to go out to the public with a statement giving us some numbers. For now, the doctors and the Palestinian Health Ministry have been calling upon the international community to stop the Israeli attacks on the hospitals.
And what else, Noor, are you seeing there on the ground? How advanced are the Israeli raids in Rafah?
Well, yes, in Rafah here and overnight and also at the very early hours of this morning, the Israeli naval forces heavily shot and attacked the western shores of Rafah. And let me note that even on the beach of Rafah, there is hundreds, if not thousands, of Palestinian families that set up their tents there because they thought that northwest Rafah is the safest area for them, a green zone. However, overnight the Israeli naval forces heavily attacked that area. Also, the Israeli warplanes launched several strikes on Rafah. And for now, actually, and for the past few days, we are seeing hundreds of families leaving Rafah and evacuating Rafah to other cities around middle Gaza. However, there is also Israeli strikes in middle Gaza. Over the past 24 hours, 45 Palestinians were killed in a series of Israeli strikes on the Deir al-Balah city and also a Nusayrat refugee camp. Also, in one of the latest Israeli strikes, an Israeli warplane targeted a group of Palestinians that were gathering on the Al-Rashid road waiting for the humanitarian aid to be allowed in northern Gaza. These people are thirsty, hungry. They were waiting for hours for the humanitarian aid trucks to be allowed into northern Gaza. However, they were attacked by an Israeli airstrike. According to the Palestinian Health Ministry, one Palestinian was killed in that air raid and several were injured. Also, in another statement, the Palestinian Health Ministry said that the number of the death toll here in Gaza is now up to 28,987 people killed in Gaza since the 7th of October.